You know when I knew I was healed? When I stopped isolating myself and hiding myself from view. When I stopped seeing red flags in any and everybody. When I started collecting hobbies and making new friends. When I stopped reading all those self-help books and my FYP stopped preaching to me. When I started to laugh more and worry less. And when I stopped trying to heal.
There comes a point in your healing journey where you just get tired of being your own self-improvement project and something shifts. A lot of us have spent years healing, right? We've gone to therapy, we've journaled, we did the boundary work, we did this shadow work, we said the affirmations, we rested. And I'm not saying that that wasn't necessary, because it is. But there is this point, and maybe you felt it, where healing stops being the answer, where you realize you're not actually broken. You just need to put into practice all that you've learned in real time. Hello, ladies. I'm Tiffany Celeste. Welcome to Her Autonomy, a reclamation of pleasure, intuition, and inner rhythm. And if you're interested in going deeper into these topics, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get back into the video. So here's the thing. Unless you're experiencing severe trauma, and that is a conversation for another day, in my opinion, I think there comes a point where we need to graduate from our healing journey. What we need is a regulated nervous system. We need autonomy, sovereignty, and pleasure. We need discernment. With all that's going on in the world, with the powers that be actively trying to strip women's rights away, we need a way to govern our own lives through intentional choices and actions, because that's the real work, isn't it? Leading with our intentional choices and intentional actions, making informed decisions and advocating for our own autonomy, not just focusing on fixing yourself, but leading yourself. And this is where we turn soft life into soft power, knowing what you need and not negotiating it away because it's inconvenient for someone else. And I want you to start noticing patterns in your own life where you may be giving your power away. Do you set a boundary and then immediately start managing everyone's feelings about it? Do you make decisions that accommodate others and self-abandon and then spend hours justifying it in your head? So I want you to ask yourself this question. Am I healed but still not free? What if I stop waiting to feel completely healed and remembered I have full autonomy to make it happen? So some of you may remember from my past videos or from our sacred sessions, my 3-part formula called the Woman Code. For anyone not familiar, your Woman Code is your internal filter that you use as a guidepost to stay in alignment, and your code decides what gets access to your life. The formula consists of 3 things: your critical needs, your values, and your self-care requirements. And I have a whole entire assessment that identifies specifically what each category looks like for you, and a framework that assists you in applying the Woman Code, which becomes your internal filter. My framework helps you navigate your life in a way that naturally keeps you in alignment, as well as filtering out what's unnecessary, misaligned, and draining before it ever takes hold. And this work is the foundation to your autonomy. And here's the shift. If something doesn't honor your critical needs, align with your values, or support your well-being, it doesn't belong. Not in your relationships, not in your work, not in your schedule, and especially not in the way you talk to yourself and who you allow to have access to you. I know that sounds simple, but most of us have never actually lived this way. We've lived by what's expected, what's polite, what keeps the peace. We've treated our own needs like optional upgrades. And for me, for the last 5 years, I've been actively and intentionally focus on putting me first, and I want to encourage you to do the same. And as women, we need to talk more about our autonomy in all life areas, especially having our own money, full control of our bodies, and having our own resources. I remember hearing someone say, whoever has the power to feed you has the ability to starve you. And that has always stuck with me. So never allow anyone to have control over your life, whether single, married, or anything in between. And if you have been pulling back lately, saying less, guarding your energy, or feeling like you need more space, you're not regressing, you're regulating. You're not becoming cold, you're becoming clear. And that clarity, that's not something you apologize for. I'm building this soft power community for the woman who is done negotiating with misalignment, the woman who knows her softness isn't weakness, it's discernment, the woman who stands on her boundaries, centers herself, ready to just live by her standards and controls her own finances, for the woman who is returning to pleasure and remembering what freedom feels like. If that's you, you're exactly where you need to be. Everything we talk about runs through one filter. Does this honor my woman code? And ladies, I'm slowly shaping a deeper offer around the woman code. So if you feel called to explore this work further, you can join the wait list in the description box below. Before you go, please like and hype up the video, comment 1111 down below if you watched to the end. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.